What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from not so sunny, but kind of sunny California, Los Angeles. It's partially sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is April 14th, Thursday, April 16th. Why? Fuck, I said 14th. Fox News has decided to put me in the crosshairs once again. They're doing like multiple daily hits at this point, which I personally appreciate. I like it. I'm excited for it every time because while that might not get all the MAGA boomers to listen to what I have to say, they might be fearful of who I am and what I'm saying and what I'm doing. There are definitely boomers on the other side that have a negative opinion of Fox News and have a negative opinion of right-wing politics, Trump, who hate Trump just as much as I do, who will hear some of these words coming from the mouth of a Fox News host and go, I kind of like what this guy has to say. There's a negative polarization that takes place in these moments, and therefore, I welcome this stuff. Now, if I was a different person, if this was a different time, if, for example, I did not have the opportunity to reach my own audience organically and that I was limited to whatever mainstream media was saying about me and I had no way to retort, obviously, this would be devastating. If the large majority of people only encounter what you have to say through a negative filter, they're going to develop a negative attitude. But that's not the case any longer. A lot of people have access to the internet. A lot of people are actually interested in getting or incorporating independent outlets into their media diet, even old people. And therefore, when this kind of stuff happens, people don't just watch it and go, well, I'm horrified. I'm not going to look into this person. They do the opposite.
Listen to this clown.
Empires never die quietly, and we must end the American empire regardless. But we must manage the retreat of a superpower from the world stage. This is a challenge for our time. Actually, this is the challenge for our time.
Why is it so
Because if
low?
we do not do this, then the American empire will come to an end in a much more violent way.
The part that he doesn't mention is that he's rooting for the destruction of the country. The ideas that they're introducing now, this new socialist movement, and they get a lot of support. Zohran Mamdani, who's only been an American for about 7 years, became a citizen, and he got elected on these platforms that totally disagree with our value system. They don't want law and order, right? They believe that if you work hard in this country, you get a good job, and you get a little bit of wealth, that the government should be able to strip that away and give it to someone else. They don't believe in national defense. They believe we should just allow the enemy in and deal with the consequences there. That will destroy this country, and they're rooting for it to take place because they believe that at our core, we're a racist country.
Yeah.
And you can't have those people running.
They love communism. They're glad that 9/11 happened.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Awesome, dude. Yeah, and it's pretty funny that Brian Kilme's sitting there in the corner going,
I'm Brian Kilme. I'm Brian Kilme.
It's funny. I like that. Thank you, Brian. Fox and Friends, I want to see him in a debate. I told Sean, invite him on your podcast. I don't even know if he lived through 9/11. I want someone who's brilliant, who can say that to him that will happen. Oh, there's more.
You didn't hear it in that soundbite, but he got applause at Yale for his literally, he's
that's
called
home
the fall of America.
I just wanted to-
Invited, number one, and number two, he says it and gets applause.
I want to see him in a debate. I told Sean, I said, invite him on your podcast because I want a long format. I want him to understand
Yes!
what he is.
I would love that. Oh, my God. I would love that. Oh, hell. Oh, hell yes. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to be like,
Do not come.
and I'm going to be like,
I'm gonna come.
you know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be like. I'm just saying,
I'm gonna come.
I don't think he's lived through communism. He hasn't lived through. I don't even know if he lived through 9/11. How old is he? He looks young.
Yeah, he's right.
oh, thank you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The glaze. Oh, my God. Fox News. I'm blushing. Oh, my Lord. They said, I got gray beard hairs. And I got this is the oldest I can possibly look, right? because like there's different variants. If I shave all of it off, including the mustache, I look like a child. It's horrible. Everyone makes fun of me. If I shave the beard off, or if it's at least like a little scruffy, I de-age by like a decade. So it's pretty funny that she thinks that I'm not 34 years old. Bro, she literally said you look younger than 25. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's wild that she thought I was younger than 25. That's wild.
Where would he go if America fell?
But the thing is, Ainsley, people like that are uncoachable.
I want to know.
undebatable.
Why he believes this.
Oh, Brian's like, no. Sean should not debate him.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Oh, no. Wait, hold up. Hold up, Brian. No, Sean will destroy me. He will destroy me in the marketplace of ideas. Let me do it. Let me do it.
I want to know why he believes this, and I want someone who understands these issues, who is brilliant, who can say to him, what you're saying, this is what...
Who's brilliant. And then the person that she's using as a brilliant orator is Sean Hannity.
What will happen if America falls? This is what will happen if America becomes a communist country.
Oh, my God. I'm licking my lips, dude. Oh, my God. I give Sean Hannity a kissy poo. Yeah, Sean Hannity, known brilliant person. You shouldn't debate him. Such a bad idea. He'll make you look so bad and destroy your position. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Oh, I'm scared. I'm so scared about that. I would hate that. I would hate that. I would hate for that to happen. I would never do that. I'm terrified. Oh, this is Sean Hannity's fiance. I love that she is glazing her fiance, which is cute. That's cute. Fox and Friends first covered you too. What the fuck is going on, man? Now. What the fuck? What is happening, bro?
It'll be a real hoot seeing Hasan Piker be the keynote speaker at the Democratic National Convention one day, won't it? Because more and more Democrats are lining up to be on this maniac's podcast. Ilhan Omar was just on there this week. Ro Khanna last week. AOC, Zohra Mandani. Even the New York Times, Ezra Klein, just recently gave him the written version of what you could call, I guess, a hot stone massage in a piece titled, let's see, Hasan Piker is not the enemy. Oh, I'm pretty sure he's the enemy.
An enemy to what? An enemy to you? Absolutely. An enemy to the people? I don't think so. I think people are smarter than we give them credit. I think Americans are smarter than we give them credit. As long as someone is just telling the truth, eventually more and more Americans will hear that over and over again, and they'll start recognizing that there is an alternative vision out there. There is an alternative trajectory that we could be on, one that actually doesn't destroy this country, one that maybe even manages the decline that we're experiencing currently. Because we are experiencing a decline. Things are not working. Donald Trump was able to identify that pain, was able to identify that resentment, and then he channeled it to unproductive outlets, vulnerable populations. He took that anger that people were feeling at a time when the liberal side was seemingly communicating that there was nothing to be angry at all, that the system was fine, that we were just going to do business as usual politics, right? Put me in front of people, coach. I think the more they see it in an unfiltered manner, the more they hear this message in an unfiltered manner, the more they will recognize that while some of these concepts might come across as foreign at first to the uninitiated, or to those who have been taught to hate these sorts of concepts, right? Who have this unnecessary antagonism towards the word socialism, the word communism. They don't even think about it. They're like, this is an enemy thing. This is an enemy thing. Those labels are unnecessary at the end of the day. I just want you to have healthcare. I want you to have a better future. I want you to have education. I want this country, the wealthiest country on the planet, to do better for all of its citizens and not just work at the behest of these lifeless, faceless, parasitic corporations that have loyalty to no one but generating profits.
The same guy who said America deserved 9/11, the same guy who calls Jews inbreds, that's a quote, and the same guy who quotes Hamas and supports them 1,000 times more than Israel. So if Democrats want to make Hasan Piker its next team mascot in an effort...
Like, if they just kept it at, like, oh, he calls Jews inbreds, like, I think more people would probably be like, wow, that's fucked up. Why did he say that? But when they actually end up associating like a bunch of anti-Israel comments right at the end of that, not to give them, tips on how to do better fuck us on propaganda, but like when they do that, people understand that it's not, oh shit, never mind. This is probably not about Jews at all. It's probably about Israel in general, right?
Roll the dice and take your chances, guys. But this is not somebody they should want to be aligned with, yet they keep lining up to be on this podcast. Go figure.
It's just funny because like this literally failed with Trump. Like, I'm not obviously running for office, but This is unironically what the liberals try to do with Donald Trump, where they were like, oh, he says so many offensive things. He says so many terrifying things. And people didn't give a shit because they understood what he was talking about. So this was one of the Fox News hits, but the hits keep coming. Here's the Ingram angle.
The commie and the billionaire. That's the focus of tonight's angle. What an evolution for the Democrat Party. Now, in the JFK era, it was pro-life and patriotic. In the Clinton era, it was anti-illegal immigration.
Yeah, except you guys opposed all of that even back then. So why are you bringing it up now? I guess this, in some respects, is not dissimilar to like the Democrats going back to like the George W. Bush era and being like, well, at least they were a competent party. At least they weren't run by the orange man, you know, and Democrats are doing this. Republicans are now doing the same thing as well. Now, you had never heard this from the Republicans, though. Republicans normally don't do this. Why are they doing this? Because they're retreating. Because even a fucking Twitch streamer can cause the Republican propaganda apparatus to retreat, to show that there are moderate Democrats out there, to no longer call Nancy Pelosi a fucking communist. When they see someone who's actually saying communist shit, they turn around and go, yeah, actually, maybe there are some moderate Democrats. They were glazing Elisa Slotkin the other day, saying like, of course she's not going to go on this mean man's podcast. Like, this cuts away at their bravado. It shows that they are also paper tigers. This is important to acknowledge. The moment that you have someone that speaks a similar language to the Republican Party from the actual leftmost position possible, they immediately retreat and they immediately start glazing moderate Democrats. When have you ever heard them glaze moderate Democrats before?
34-year-old Hasan Piker not only hates America, he's hinting at a civil war.
Empires never die quietly, and we must end the American empire regardless. But we must manage the retreat of a superpower from the world stage. This is a challenge for our time. Actually, this is the challenge for our time. Because if we do not do this, then the American empire will come to an end in a much more violent way.
I love the applause he gets at Yale. Glad I went to Dartmouth. Of course, he presupposes that we are an empire, which we are not. Piker either doesn't know his history, maybe Rutgers didn't teach that, or purposely distorts it for effect.
America's not an empire is so funny. Like, who believes that? What are you talking about? At this point, there's not even a handful of people in positions of power or in the think tank orbit that still maintains the position that like liberal interventionism is a force for good. Also, elitist. Shitting on a state school. You notice that?
Who needs to read? Who needs to understand the sweep, the arc of history, when you can just go for maximum Marxist shock value?
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
And he not only celebrates 9/11, but he mourns the fall of the USSR.
The fall of the USSR was one of the greatest catastrophes of the 20th century. Not only was there incalculable harm done to every single country under its banner, child prostitution, skyrocketing suicide rates, life expectancy plummeting, but America was no longer contested around the globe. And it is precisely because of the end to that multipolarity that we saw accelerated neoliberalism.
I love this. I love when they bang that's the new applause. Ooh, the Yaleys are actually impressed by the word multipolarity. Very revealing, as was this exchange.
When you say Hamas is 1,000 times better, do you actually mean that? Or is that a rhetorical move or like a solidarity signal?
I do mean it. I think it's a rhetorical move because it frustrates a lot. I guess like at this point, at a certain point, they have to like give up on the cheap shots and actually get to the meat of it. But this is just posting my W's. Like, I have no issue with this. At this point, Fox News viewers watch you as much as we do. Yeah. Your grandparents are getting a very quick, short summary of at least some of my high notes, my highlights. This turns into a highlight reel. The moment that they don't like trying to do the cheap shots that are not resembling my worldview whatsoever and actually showcasing some of the things that I believe, I'm happy with that. You know, this is a little bit more productive.
Well, Piker's not a socialist. He's not a progressive. He's a communist. Hasan Piker is the ultimate privileged Nepo baby.
Wait, that's cool. They're also now, again, another rhetorical retreat. Not only is Laura Ingraham glazing moderate, centrist, neoliberal Democrats, she's also separating communism from progressives and socialism. That is another rhetorical retreat. It almost feels like the politics that I am representing is forcing Republicans to take a more serious look at what the broad scope of the broad scope of ideological representation within the Democratic Party. Have you noticed that? Again, this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. These are the same people who say Jeff Bezos is a communist, Nancy Pelosi is a communist. All of a sudden, when they hear someone say communist things, they turn around and go, actually, Bill Clinton was pretty good. I mean, he wanted to protect America. He wanted to glorify America. And that Hasan Piker is a communist, very different than socialist or progressive. This one actually banged for them. Fox News clips. This one got a lot higher view count than their other clips that usually don't get this level of view count. So that's good. That's cool. And they're obviously very mad. Pays air for the Middle East. I think he'd be happy there. This guy's in big trouble. He needs arresting for blatant treason, calling for the fall of this great country. Piker's a sick individual. Do not give $1 to Yale. Yale should be closed for what they're doing to America. These people need to be addressed by courageous patriots. He should be arrested. It's like, what happened? What happened to fucking free speech? None of y'all believe in any of that shit, okay? It's crazy. It's unbelievable.